everybody. How are you? Hope you're having a good day. I'm tired. No, I'm honestly tired. You guys know. I've done some reacts today. I did my tarot lives. I also did some other work after that. And now I'm back to do another react to Chantal. Why? Because during my tarot live, she went live. Of course she did. Although you guys in the chat kept me abreast of what was going on. And she really wasn't doing much from what you guys told me. But after I got off my live, I was, peeking in on what she was doing on another reactor, and things got a bit spicy. Yeah, Chantal actually got spicy. She got kind of ragey. Why is this? Because people in her chat were more than a little disturbed by the things she was revealing about her new cat. So, without getting too emotional, without screaming and yelling because a good part of me wants to, here's what Chantal revealed. She revealed that the cat has essentially been in the carrier for days. No food, no water, no blanket, just sitting in a corner alone in a room. And Chantal is someone that when she is in an apartment or a house, she turns down the air conditioning like really, really low. And just like any other creature, cats get cold. They get very, very cold. Cats like warmth. They don't like to be cold. So Chantal has a cat in a room alone, no blanket, no pillow, no nothing to keep itself warm. She showed the cat in the carrier shivering, probably really cold and really scared because it's been left alone so much. People were not happy with her and they were reacting. But that's not the only shocking thing that happened. Here's another part to it. So Chantal was live earlier and Salah popped up in the chat. His mod status has not been revoked. He's still a mod. And he came in posting a bit of a super chat type deal saying, good luck with your channel, blah, blah, blah. People were wondering why he was still hanging around, why he still had mod status, and why he was still blocking people on Chantal's channel if, in fact, he and Chantal are getting a divorce. In her live, Chantal revealed, well, they're not actually divorced yet. The papers were signed, but he never took them to the courthouse. So, what does that mean? Does that mean he is telling her that just to pump some more money out of her while she's in Canada? Does that mean that this whole thing, at least for her, was a visa run? And it would make a lot of sense if she's in an apartment that's not even furnished yet. She's not really trying to furnish it. There's this air and feeling that she could leave at any minute. And that's why she's not really investing in it the way that other people would. Maybe the feeling is she came back to Canada to try to scoop up as much money as she could before she tried to go back there. Do I think that she can go back to Syria? No, I think she's stuck in Canada. I don't think she can go back to Syria. I really don't think so. I think that while Chantal was in Syria, she just got the feeling and the vibe that the Beezers were not going to give her more money until she went back to Canada. They were done giving her money over there. They gave all they wanted to, and they're like, okay, we gave our share. She did a grift over there. Yeah, give me money to go back home to Canada and set up. So they gave money, and then they said, okay, we gave money. Your turn. So she went back to Canada and probably expected a lot more money. And to reinforce the grift, she got the cat. So the cat was kind of insurance on, additional grift. Well, guess what? People in her chat are tapped out. They really don't have much more to give. A lot of money it's tight right now. People can't give money. And they told her so. Look, we can't give you much more, Chantal. She set up the fundraiser. She got the cat, thinking that maybe both would pay off. Neither one has so far. And she's not doing her due diligence to get on YouTube and do entertaining content so at least she can make Google AdSense money. And in my opinion, I am not in Chantal's pocket. She is spending more money than she's making. She's going through it really, really fast. Like she's going out shopping every single day. She spent $400 in groceries, a bunch of money on a cat. I don't think she paid $30 for that kitten. I think she paid $300. At this rate, her money's going to run out much, much faster than a month. She'll be out of it in less than 2 weeks, probably less than a week. But another thing that happened, just so you guys know, during her live, which I'm going to be reacting to, she turned off the camera. She walked off camera, and I listened. You can hear the sound of sniffing. You hear the sound of her sniffing something. And then the sound of her blowing her nose. Those of us in Crackhead Olympics, we know what that means. And then she came back on camera raging, which is something that she often did when she did the Coca-Cola. So, was the delivery that you had, Chantal, was it not for a bed? Was it for something else? Maybe you had a special party favor delivery instead, and that's what you were waiting for, and that's why it took you so long to come back to the camera. Don't know. This is all just speculation. How do I know? I wasn't in the room, but it's awfully weird that you turned off the camera, you were sniffing, then blowing your nose, and you came back a raging mess. And we remember the last time you were a raging mess. So we're going to get into all of that, y'all. Hope you guys are ready. But yeah, she's been hinting that she might want to go back to Syria. She says she's very confused about how she feels about her beliefs, and she wants to put the hijab back on. And her and Salah aren't done, at least at this present time. That's pretty obvious. He's hanging around. He's hovering around. He doesn't have to hover around. I don't know why any romance scammer would want to play with Chantal's crazy. The money can't be that good, but he's insisting on playing with her crazy. So you know what? If you F around, at some point you're going to find out. But there's a bunch of stuff to show you guys on Twitter. So how about we just get into it? Let's get into the Twitter peeps. All right, it's time for the peeps. We're just going to jump into this thing. All right, so for those of you that are on Twitter that you'd like to follow me on Twitter, there's my handle, Wild Girl Sarah. And for those of you not on Twitter, I do the peeps for y'all so you guys can keep up with all the Twitter stuff without actually having to set foot on the Bird app. First tweet is from Crochet with Ashmay saying, WNC Granny sent $40 in super chats in reference to Foodie Beauty to get a brother of the kitten. Chantal says 30 is the cost, but you have to send PayPal, not super chats for the other kitten. Why? $30 is $30. And you really don't need another kitten right now, especially if you're keeping one kitten in a carrier in a room alone where it's freezing. If there's one cat in the house that's absolutely miserable, you don't need two, especially if the cat that you have is a female, unfixed. Do you think it's wise to have a male cat in the house? Because male cats, they can mature rather quickly. And if the female cat is about at that age where they can go into heat anytime, you don't need a male in the house. But let's watch the clip.
Well, I don't know, like $30 and then however much for his vet stuff and supplies. The Nashi is in danger. The Nashi's cold. I'll have to heat it up in the microwave. Thanks, B. Oh, and thank you. No, you have to. Okay, if I don't know, I don't think I can take the brother. Maybe if he's still available and I take him, you have to send to PayPal because Where's your YouTube? But thank you, Granny.
So you're telling your beezers to pay $30 for a kitten, which tells me everything I need to know. That you don't really want a cat. You just want to use a cat for a grift. That was your entire intention around the first kitten, which is miserable and cold and freezing. There's no proof that you actually bought $300 in pet supplies. You've shown us every other haul except for a pet haul. Why can't you show us all the supplies that you bought for the cat, Chantal? Where is it at? Where is the pet bed? Where is the pet food? Where is the cat litter? Where is the litter tray? Where is anything? No proof to be found. None. You just wanted the cat around to make money off of people and also to use as a kind of pity grift. If something happens to you in Canada and you lose your apartment, you could go to your beezers and pity grift and say, well, if I'm on the street, I won't be by myself. I'll have the cat with me. I know you guys don't want to see the cat on the street. So even people that don't like you, they'll feel badly for the cat and give money anyway. It's a backup grift. Yeah, I see you. I see exactly what you're doing with that poor baby. Okay? Okay. Your obvious is obvious. Miss, we cry for food and shelter.
I appreciate that.
Disgusting. She's just disgusting. Let's move on. Bubbles and Cheeks says Foodie Beauty still hasn't put a blanket in that freaking carrier for the kitten. What is wrong with her? I can't say out loud what I'm thinking. I will get in trouble with YouTube. My channel will be yanked. But you guys can only imagine how I feel since I have Queen Booger. She's directly behind me, and I love her to death. She's my child. I do anything for her, and I'm hearing about this behavior. Just read my mind. What's going on? There's a bunch of profanities in my head right now. Tired AF said, did she just say she wasn't washing her hair because she kept it in a hijab, that it got all matted and started falling out? Yeah, she said that. That basically she kept the hijab on the entire time and she never washed her hair. That's disgusting. All right, now this happened on side news. So there was a piece of a video that was released by Emily of Amberlynn and Emily going back and forth. Okay, we'll get to that later. I've got a lot of stuff to show, but this was released by Emily. It seems like Emily and Amber, they can't fight privately. They're playing little Game of Thrones games with each other, vying for control, and it's about money. They just can't keep their relationship stuff private. Ugh. Yeah, Emily released that. Again, we'll get to that a bit later. Enigma 2025 says she's just giving herself open windows to go back after this is done in Canada. She's renting an Airbnb, in my opinion, and not a real apartment. She's here for the holidays, and after Christmas, she'll return. Mo Translate says Chantal claims they are not actually divorced. She signed the papers, but he never handed them in. Let's watch.
I signed the papers, but he didn't hand them in.
But how do you know that? I mean, that's a logical question, Chantal. How do you know he didn't turn them in? You weren't there. After you signed the papers and he took you to the airport, he could have handed them off immediately. How do you know? You are not there. You are not pocket watching him. How do you know he didn't turn them in? Maybe he's just telling you that to get more money out of you, stupid. Maybe he's expecting that while you're in Canada and you're grifting like nobody's business, that you'll send him money. So as long as he sweet talks you and love bombs you and says, "Oh, I didn't really turn the divorce papers in," you'll keep believing his BS and keep sending him money. But the moment he says, "Yeah, we're divorced," or he says, "I'm married to somebody," or "I'm with somebody," the money faucet dries up pretty quickly. So he's sweet talking that money out of you, or at least trying to. But what he's not understanding is you are spending a lot more than you're making. But he's doing the romance scam thing. Keep the pay big on the hook.
Apparently. So I'm not really divorced. But I know what people are going to say because you're listening to reaction channels, conspiracies. I'm not, we're not getting back together. We don't have plans to. I don't know, maybe in the future, but I'm not moving back to the Middle East. Like, I'm staying here. I don't know what can happen in the future, but we don't have plans to get back together. But we're not divorced, actually. I thought we were because I signed papers and everything, but he never handed them in.
What do you say to that? We're not actually divorced. There might be a chance in the future. Let me tell you something. The juice ain't worth the squeeze. You hear me? Especially when you deal with somebody as unstable as her. There's no amount of juice that is worth the squeeze. The quality of the juice ain't worth it. The amount ain't worth it. That is sour juice coming out of that fruit. It ain't worth drinking down. There's a price to pay for playing with crazy. She's got a whole lot of it. She's unstable. She's not grounded at all. She has no stability whatsoever. Her own aunt said that she needed a psych evaluation. This is not somebody you toy around with. This is not someone you play with. You don't go back and forth and get wishy-washy and flip-floppy with someone like Chantal. Because she's like right on the edge, man. Right there. Teeter-tottering, about ready to fall off. But Salam must be stupid. He's got to be stupid. I mean, there's greedy, and then there's you're so greedy it's making you stupid that you can't see all this crazy in front of you and what it can do. She's not going to be staying in Canada for a whole month. Believe it. I'm already seeing the signs, dude. I'm already seeing them. This is her pattern. There's a reason why we call it the Chantal cycle. Why? Because she doesn't have a cycle. It's now a circle going around and around and around and around and around. And the circle cycle is going faster and faster and faster and faster and faster. So what part of the circle are we on right now? I ask you. Well, her circle goes like this. She comes back to Canada. She gets high, real high, chases up her tolerance to insane levels, hoovers up all the food that she can stand. And then after a few days, she gets bored with it. She starts getting restless. And then there's this talk of her wanting to go back. And once you start hearing that talk, once you start hearing that wishy-washy, I'm starting to miss him, I still love him talk, she's about out the door. She's already planning to leave. It did not take long this time. Not at all. She's miserable. She doesn't want to be in Canada. She's all alone. She needs some kind of physical distraction. She can't handle being alone. So now she's coming on camera saying, we're not actually divorced. Even if you weren't, Chantal, you're not actually together either. He's not your husband. You're not his wife. He doesn't love you. You don't love him. You're trying to basically use him as a security blanket to keep yourself from feeling alone. And that's it. And that's all. And that's the end of the story. He don't care. And you know he don't care. But you're looking at it from the point of view of, I would rather fly thousands of miles to go to some place where I don't belong, where I don't fit in, where I don't adjust well, and sit in a house of somebody else's family just to have somebody around me than to be alone and work through my issues, of which there are many. You will do anything, you'll pay any price to avoid looking at yourself and dealing with yourself. So, you got your bag packed already? If so, do the right thing and give that kitten to somebody else. Take it back to the people who sold it to you. Do one kind thing in your life. It's time to just give up the ghost and admit that you strictly got the kitten for a grift. That's why you've made no attempts to bond with it, to care for it, to let it go wander the apartment. It was strictly there for monetary purposes. You're looking at it as a tool, not as a living thing. And you're ready to run. You don't have a real bed in that apartment. You got a blow up mattress, girl. You're ready to run already. Not even been a month. Moving on to Carrie, S2222 says, yep, nothing to see here. She's so single, guys. Foodie Beauty's husband, still a mod, still a member, and still watching his paycheck to make sure he gets his money. Are you serious? So here's the message that he left for Chantal, saying, congratulations for the new pretty setup and beautiful apartment. Wish you the best of luck and success in your healthcare and on your channel. So he's getting in her face, coming in her chat. And this is just how I took it when I saw this go down. I took it a different way. I took it as him saying to her, I see you and I'm still watching you. I want you to know that. So don't say any kind of crap about me. Just let her know that his eyes were still on her. There's no other reason for him to be hovering around Chantal. If they're getting a divorce, if it's over, then go away, Salah. Nobody needs you around. People were complaining in the chat that he was blocking people. He was still acting like a jerk. Why are you still a mod on her chat, Salah? Leave. Unless you guys aren't done. Unless the plan was for her to come back to Canada, grift money for the two of you, and then she can go back there and take it to you. Is that what the deal was? Is that the reason why all of your channel links are still on her channel and she's still actively promoting you? Everything looks very, very sus right now. Enigma 2025 says, if that's not if, then when she's not truly married at all and not divorced. That's why she said they are separating, because they are. She's in Canada for now, hence the separation. Kid behind the camera always uses those titles and she copies them. Nikocado does too every time he leaves. So basically she's trying to act like this is a visa run. Mrs. Robinson says, quote, I wore the hijab because it pleased my husband and I wanted to please him any way I could. Chantal 2025. Gets high, tells on herself. Keep going, cutie. Yeah, we love that when she gets high, when she tells on herself. Rule number 1 and 2 do exist for a reason. I'm going to skip this tweet. Nothing against Butter Crumpet, but you guys can read it. I'm so mad. about the cat. Spondu Spiteful Beach says, quote, Foodie Beauty, I signed the papers, but he didn't turn them in. We aren't divorced. I freaking told you. She lied to everyone. It's been a scam for money. Yep. Those are the pictures of the cat. This is cute from Cats That Make You Go, aw, cat's got style. So the cat is doing the fashionable flop. Hey, Foodie, look at this. The cat did it better. The fashionable flop. Strike a pose. Nature is Amazing says, I had no idea rabbits had so much attitude. Yeah, when rabbits get mad, they stomp their feet at you, or they do like cats do and mess things up. I guess the rabbit is not happy with its food, or it's saying, where is my food? Rabbit's like, nope, nope, I don't want that food today. Who knew rabbits act like this? Hey, Chantal, you had 14 bags of carrots. Why don't you donate it to all these rabbits? All right, that's it for the Twitter peeps. So we're going to move on to her live stream. We're going to do a whole lot of fast forwarding. You guys know that. But she does tell on herself. She's high and she tells on herself, but then she gets mad. And I'm here for her mad. Boy, am I here for her mad. Let's get going.
You made brownies, Grape Coat? Give me one. I got her a stuffy. Are you liking the quiet there? Kiss the chef sign. Yeah, Nina, it's strange. The quiet is eerie almost. Just the low hum of the appliances, refrigerator. And nothing else. No gunshot sounds. Earl Grey. Patel. Yeah, right, Nina?
You know what's crazy, Chantal? When you were in Syria, you kept hinting like, I can't talk. I can't say anything. You acted like you didn't know what to say. Or you didn't want to say anything because you were there with Salah and his family. You acted like you were afraid to say something because you were in Syria and you might get in trouble. But here you are in Canada. You're back home. You can say whatever you want and you're not saying anything. Nothing. So all these promises you made about I need to go home and say what I want to say. I'm someone, I can't control my mouth. You're back in Canada. You don't have to control your mouth. So what's the deal? You do realize that you're getting boring real quick, right?
To the stuffed animal. At least your fridge has a refrigerator. Yeah, I don't have to ever turn the fridge off. That's right.
See, everybody in the chat, they are after Chantal right now. They're like, you need to take her to the vet. She's not eating. She's not doing anything. Take her to the vet. They're urging Chantal to take care of the cat. And of course, Chantal's not going to. And I would like to tell the Beezers who come to my channel something that Chantal said. When people wanted her to take BBJ and Sam to the vet, she said, and I quote, I'm quoting Chantal. She said, I am not taking my cats to the vet just because it ticks off my haters. Those were her almost exact words. That she was going to refuse to take the cats to the vet just because it made her haters angry. That's her mentality. To be defiant to the people that don't like her, to make them more angry. She was going to withhold medical care, necessary medical care for her pets. Ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. I don't like strangers on the internet. I hate them so much that even though my cats need to go to the vet, they need to get groomed, they need to have their nails clipped and so forth, I'm just going to refuse to do it because I despise them. I'm just letting you beezers know that this attitude of hers goes way back. Way, 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 way back. Also, beezers, something else you may not know because maybe you weren't around at that time. Did you know that there was a loyal beezer named Vegan for Life that was so concerned for BBJ and Sam that Vegan for Life actually sent, I believe it was $300 or $400 in super chats to Chantal, specifically so Chantal would take the cats to the vet. So at least the visit would be practically free. Did y'all know that? It happened. Do you know what Chantal said when she didn't take the cats to the vet? And Vegan for Life was saying, why aren't you taking the cats to the vet yet? Chantal's answer was, if you send me money, then it's my money and I can do whatever I want with it. Once it's in her hands, it belongs to her. She's not going to honor the request of the person who sent the super chat in the first place. So anybody sending money to Chantal for any animal, any pet, any reason, whether it's for a cat, whether it's for a scooter, whether it's for a dishwasher, once the money hits her palm, it's hers and she'll spend it the way she likes. She won't do the right thing and honor your request. No, she'll spend the money on what she wants to. Just keep that in mind when you do send her money.
David, the only person who can tell you what's going on with the store located at vet, please take Grace up. She's behind on vaccination too. Yeah, I'm going to for sure. Thank you.
And how is she going to do that? I've also heard that Chantal will not have the car after a few days. She didn't have the car full time. So how is she going to take the cat to the vet if she's only got the car for another few days? She's not going to take the cat to the vet in a few days. Anybody who's ever been to the vet knows that it takes time to get an appointment anymore. You have to make an appointment. Has she made one? No. Is she going to make one? No. When BBJ was sick, did she take BBJ to the vet? No. No, no, and no. She doesn't care enough for the cat to actually care for it. She only looks at animals as tools to make money on her channel, props for her show. And if she feels that animal is no longer useful, then she discards them. If you don't believe me, look through her history and you'll find out for yourself.
Did Kitty have a bonded sibling? I don't know if they were bonded or not. Yeah. No, I haven't, Kelly. You like it? Cashmere. Isn't there toilet paper brand by that?
And another thing, Chantal tends to get very resentful and jealous if anything gets more attention than she does. So the more attention people are giving to this kitten, the more she's going to dislike it and the more she's going to neglect it. She wants all the attention. She doesn't like to feel like she's being pushed out of the spotlight by anything, even a small, tiny, innocent animal.
Yeah. No, I haven't asked you right here. I'm just not hungry, you know why? Because I went to McDonald's because I was going to do a live stream. But then I got in there and they were playing.
And that's another little tell that she might be doing party favors. If she's doing a certain kind of party favor, she's not hungry. Chantal's always hungry. Now, I don't know if she's doing the stuff. I did see some comments in the chat of people saying, well, if she's doing the party powder, then she wouldn't be hungry. I beg to differ. I remember back during Crackhead Olympics that even when she did the party powder, she could still eat. She may not have eaten as much as she normally does, but she still ate. Just because you take the party powder doesn't mean it automatically cuts all of your hunger, especially if you're a food addict. She's over saying, I'm not hungry. Really? What'd you do? What did you do to make yourself not hungry? Was it food or was it something else? And that bed delivery was mighty suspicious. Was it a bed delivery or was it something else? Because you kept changing your mind about that too. First, you said that it was a queen size bed that you were getting. Then you said it was a twin. Then when you turned off the camera, it sounded like you were climbing on a blow up mattress. So what's up, girl?
Music. But it was like really shitty music. And it ruined my mood. And the whole reason I went inside to eat at the McDonald's, which I never do, is because I wanted to get, those little white cups.
Nobody cares about what you ate and when and where. Shut up about the food. Shut up. Shh. I said shh. Quiet.
Anyway.
See, people in the chat are already freaking out about that. She's talking about like she might go back. Lurking here says, wait, does he want her back after the divorce? She wants to go back. Look at her. This is someone who is lost unless she has somebody around. She's lost. She doesn't know what to do with herself. She's not used to being alone. For the last several years, she's always had someone around. She's always had a man in the house or a man she's going to go see. She doesn't know how to adult and she doesn't know how to deal with life. She could be doing a multitude of things right now. She's not. What is she doing? She's sitting in her house, getting high every day, eating every day. Like a lost child that doesn't know what to do.
Just being a female, yeah. It's expensive. Blue Mean on the hairbrush. Really? Power through faith?
Listen to the way she's talking. Her voice is slowed down. Chantal, slow down on the edibles.
Hey, Vanessa. October Rose. It's on live chat.
Canadian girl says, no shade, but watching you stoned every night is a tad depressing. You think? You think? I got a question. The Beezers that are in the chat, that y'all sit there and listen to her saying, oh, when I get to Canada, we're going to do so much stuff and I'm going to get a scooter and we're going to go places. And all the reactors were saying, no, she's not. She's going to find herself a place. She's going to plop herself down. She's going to get high and she's going to eat. Are you seeing it now? Were we liars? Did we lie to you? No, but she lied to you. Boy, did she lie. I'm going to do this and I'm going to do that. And that's why I need money. I need money for all these different things. She'll get the money up front and then you'll find out that she lied later.
And he never got over his shyness. Really, Granny? Oh no, I hope she does. Well, I don't know, like $30 and then however much for his.
If this was like a planned sort of visa run, or if she was going to stay in Canada just long enough to make a little bit of money and try to run back, wouldn't it just make sense now the reason why Pete hasn't moved in with her? There's been no indicators of anything that show that she's staying there for a long time. None. And there's all kinds of signs that this whole thing was just temporary. Everything from the fact that Pete's not moving in, nobody else is moving in, the lack of decoration in the apartment, she's not showing the apartment. That there's nothing to show that she is putting down roots in Canada again.
His vet stuff and supplies. The Nashi is in danger. The Nashi's cold. I'll have to heat it up in the microwave. Thank you, Self Sub. Hey, Diego. Oh, power. Okay. Really? I'll have to try to remember that. Because, yeah, my hair, look at it. It needs help. Where's your YouTube? But thank you, Granny. I appreciate that. One cut is good enough. You look good tonight. Thank you, Granny. The Villa 3.0.
And what is this I hear, Chantal, about you saying you need a new dishwasher? Girl, you ain't got any dishes yet. Why do you need a dishwasher for? How many dishes does one single person make to make dirty that you need an actual dishwasher? You know what? Never mind. This is you we're talking about. I could handle my own dishes, but you are a different story. But still, you don't need a freaking dishwasher.
Hey, Bingo. Thanks, B. So do I, Angel Fly. I know you do because you have a lot of cats, but 2 cats would be a lot, yeah. Why PayPal? So I can have the money now to buy him and pay for this stuff. Because if you send super chats, I get it like in a month. Getting paid once a month sucks.
But you should still have money in pocket, right? I mean, unless you're flat broke. You mean to tell me, Chantal, that you don't have $30 in your pocket right now? And how much in the way of supplies do you really need? How much does a litter box cost? How much does cat food cost? How much does moist cat food cost? I mean, it's not that expensive. You're saying that the kittens cost $30. Okay, $30 plus the litter box, plus the cat litter, plus some moist cat food. That's less than $50, depending on where you get your supplies. It's not that expensive. You're sitting there going and shopping every day, going to the dollar store, doing the decor, getting nails, getting wigs, eating fast food. If you're spending money on all of that, you got enough money for pet supplies. Do I want to see you get another pet? Heck no. One kitten sitting in a corner in a crate in a room by itself is enough. But I'm just saying, you're claiming I need the money for pet supplies. You should already have it. Unless you don't. And if you don't need the cat that you already have. Never mind two.
I need to be better with money. I feel like I am though, kinda. You'll see one day. I want all my debts gone and just a good savings.
You know what, Chantal? If you got debts that is spending instead of spending money on party supplies and fast food and junk, maybe the money should go there. Because as long as you're spending money on garbage, the debts are still going to be there, and they're only going to get bigger. Don't talk to me about I got to pay my debts when you're shopping every day.
Please show us the new bed. No, I can't. Yeah. I'm not out of money, but I can't, like, I have money that's budgeted, like, to a T right now.
What's your budget? Where's the money going? Can we see an outline, a graph, anything? How much money you got? Where's your money going? How much you got left? I don't think you have much left. I think out of boredom, you have been spending money to distract yourself from how lonely you are. You feel lonely, you start shopping. You're doing the shopping therapy. Let me buy stuff to make myself feel better. And that's why you're blowing through money like crazy.
So an extra cat was not on the list. I had to rearrange things to get this cat. I spent $300 on all of her supplies.
Where are they? You're not showing them off.
Financial audit, Caleb Hammer. My YouTube plaque is at my mom's. Hi, bees. I don't know. Like, I don't know why it's depressing just having a bit of cannabis whenever I'm like at home for the night and I just want to, Some people pop pills and some people smoke vapes.
Girl, if you're over there smoking the vape and if you're buying party favors, you got enough for a cat. Like your budget for party favors must be huge.
Don't show us anything. We don't want to see anything. Yeah. No, I'm not showing you the bed. I have 3 cats and a dog and they drive me crazy. That's funny, Teardrop. Yeah, I bet. Pets, she's so funny in the night. She thinks I'm sleeping and I can hear her beezing. She comes out like, I see her look around her head like this. Because I heard her eating. I heard her going in the sand. I said she's going to pop her head out around the corner from the closet. So her ears are up like this. And she's like making sure I'm not going to move. Hey, Maxine. And then I didn't see what she was doing, but I heard 3 little cries. And then in the boxes. And then I heard her running, like getting up on the windowsill. I have sativa. She's already beezing. Hey, cutie beauty. Prices are high, yes. Very. You getting a job? I'm still thinking, yeah. I need a computer. Like, I can't get one even right now. Thank you, potted meat. I think there's a smoothing filter, though. Don't be fooled. I subscribe to tell you that no McDonald's have condiments counter anymore, and you can't refill your drink. It's a new world. Hi, Cindy. Thank you.
And you know what's crazy, Chantal? If there was even a chance of you going back to Syria, which I don't think there is, I think you're riding on that hope hard. You're riding on it so hard that he will invite you back and let you back over there so you can once again be somewhere where you can run away from all the problems that you created for yourself in Canada. But let's just say by some weird toxic miracle that you found yourself over in Syria. Girl, in the time that you're spending in Canada, you are already going crazy doing the party favors. You're building up your tolerance to so many things. You're getting your body used to so many things. And you know what that means. If you go back to Syria, your body's going to be fiending and craving things that you won't be able to get in Syria. You're going to be a freaking nightmare. You are going to be a raging, angry mess.
QT. Sorry, Krista. I don't have a car power. Anastasia, if I got a scooter, I could DoorDash on a scooter in this area. Beep. Bingo Bonnie. It's a fucking chalkboard menu. So if I want to do cooking videos, I can do like a comfort show besides beezing. And, go, hi, welcome back to Bingo Bonnie's Kitchen. Today you can see on the menu in back of me that today we're having leek vichyssoise.
She's not going to do cooking videos. She's too busy eating the food to actually cook it.
That kind of shit.
And her cooking is trash anyway.
That's not happening. She cries. We need a Lush haul. It didn't smell like poo in the freezer. Luckily. Anyway, I heard SJM say he would do the same thing, so. There's one person.
I don't know if I believe the whole putting the poop in the freezer story. I still think that is completely made up. And as I said, the reason why is the physics don't make sense. The angles don't make sense. Any normal person would have trouble pooping into a bag. And then there's Chantal. Her little T-Rex arms. Trying to angle the bag just right. I mean, come on now. Does that even sound like something that could actually happen? I think she's just doing that to be gross and to shock people, which she loves to do. She even said so. She loves to shock people and gross them out. I don't believe that story.
And she said, to move on from. The thing is like, thank you, golden girl. Yeah, we're divorced. Okay. I signed the papers, but he didn't hand them in.
And again, you weren't there to know what he did. He could easily tell you that just to keep you on the hook, get a little bit more money out of you for as long as possible. If he was planning on you being in Canada for a month, he might have figured I can get money out of her all month. If she's getting PayPal donations, maybe I can get those. Maybe I can get a lot of money out of her before it's time for her to come back. But he never, ever counts into the equation that you say, I'm going somewhere for a month, and then you get bored and you want to come back real early, extremely early. So it's not going to be as profitable as he wants it to be.
So I'm not really divorced. But I know what people are going to say because you're listening to reaction channels, conspiracies. We're not getting back together. We don't have plans to. I don't know, maybe in the future, but I'm not moving back to the Middle East. Like, I'm staying here. I don't know what can happen in the future, but we don't have plans to get back together. But we're not divorced, actually. I thought we were because I signed papers and everything, but he never handed them in.
Yeah, and people in the chat are like, what? Excuse me? We gave money because you said you guys are getting a divorce. Now here you are in Canada You got our money. You've obviously spent our money. You said you were staying, and not even a month in Canada, and you're saying, oh, something might happen in the future. All of this is being revealed when? After she got y'all's money. How stupid do you feel now, Beezers?
So,
I mean, if you are around somebody and you're in a relationship and there's even a shred of we might get back together, should you be taking people's money under the pretense of we are divorcing, this is it, I want to go back to Canada, I want to start a new life? If there's even an inkling in your mind that you might go back, should you take that money? No, you shouldn't.
that's weird. No, I don't think it's weird because he does have to actually go kind of far away to this certain courthouse in like Damascus and submit them, and it's not easy. I'm staying here 100%. I'm not, I can't move back there. No. We broke up. Might I remind you, we separated out of necessity, not out of hatred for one another. So we still love each other and want to be together in a way, you know, but we
She is talking in circles around herself.
just can't.
Right. So if you can't be together, then maybe you should divorce. It doesn't make sense to be with somebody and yet not be with them. I mean, how does that even work?
True teardrop. Like, yeah. Like, if I'm gonna be with someone, I'm gonna be with someone. Like, I'm not gonna, you know, say to people, listen, like, people have no grounds to tell me who not to be with. Like, you know, I never made any promises to anybody. I couldn't possibly make those kind of promises. But the promise I'm staying here. Like, that's not bullshit.
You know what, Chantal? I'm going to tell you something that's rude and true. What you want is not love. What you want most is an attachment. You want to attach yourself to someone in the most toxic, clingy way. This thing with Salah, not about love, not about bond, not about connection. It's about attachment. You want to be attached to someone, you want someone attached to you. You want to act as an attachment and never detach yourself. Even if what you've attached yourself to is not completely good for you, you still want to be attached. Like a parasite, you just want to attach and never let go. Clingy you are. You don't want that attachment to him to go away. He don't love you, you don't love him. It's about staying attached to someone. That's all it is.
I cannot move back there. No, nobody said he needs to have children. I think, like, 'cause he denies that he ever said that. Remember I said that he said that his, like, family, like, in the future wanted him to have kids, but for him, he doesn't really care. BBJ. He's like, I never said that. Yeah, you did. Starlink could have saved the marriage. Yo. Many times I would go, when I was in Qatar, I was resting and I said, you know what? I'm going to go back and I'm going to put myself in the mindset like obedient housewife. But okay, if you're confused, here's the nutshell of it, all right? Write it down. Do what you gotta do. We separated out of necessity, not for lack of love for one another. but we realize that we must live the life we want to make us happy, and that's in different parts of the world. So he wants to be there, I want to be here. I have health and mental health issues. He has pressure from his family. Um,
So basically, what you're saying is you're not good for one another. You are not well suited for each other. So whether there is a marriage or not, he's not the one for you and you're not the one for him. And honestly, you're not even good for yourself right now. So the obvious answer is you need to let go. And he needs to let go. Because that just seems like the only thing that makes sense right now.
but
If you're not good for yourself personally on the home front, if you've got physical issues, you've got mental issues, you've got emotional issues, you're not good for anybody right now, Chantal. Captain America could step in front of you and it would still fail. Superman could do it. Batman could do it. Nothing's going to work with you because you're not good for yourself first. If you are toxic to yourself, for yourself, you're going to be toxic around other freaking people. Period.
I'm not moving back there. Can't keep a fiery woman confined. Thank you, Granny. Yeah, it's not your nature. Air Qatar would have been better than Airways. Air Qatar. Right, Scrape? Why aren't you on their PR? But I don't know where we would be if I always am the one, always. And I've done this many times and I can't think of how much that probably hurt him. But for for me to, oh, every time we get in a bad fight, I would be like, I can't take this. I'm booking a flight. I need to get out of here. Like,
And you know why she says that? Because that's manipulation. She's a power tripper. That is her exerting dominance and control. If she meets with a guy and that guy becomes financially dependent on her and they get into an argument and she wants the upper hand, she pulls that ace out from underneath her sleeve. She says, I got to get up on a plane and I got to get out of here. And what she's really saying when she's saying that is, well, you depend on me and my money. So I guess I'm just going to get on a plane and take my money with me and screw you. Because you know what she wants? She wants that man to grovel and beg her to stay. She is basically flexing and saying, I got the money, not you. So you better apologize right now. You better get on those knees. You better beg me to stay. She wants to let him know who wears the pants in the family. And it ain't him. And if you are wearing the pants when she meets you, she's going to rip them right off you by asserting her financial control.
I would just want to escape. And a lot of the time I did book a flight. Like, how many times?
It says she wants to escape, but she really doesn't want to escape because anybody who watches Chantal knows that Chantal does not leave men. She doesn't let them go. She wants to hold on to each and every one of them. Even when things are over, she still doesn't let go. This whole thing with her and Salah should be done. It's over. The Kuwait arc is over. Yet here she is in Canada, still acting like maybe there's a chance the two of us can get together. She doesn't want to let go. She wants to hold on and hold on and hold on. It's ridiculous. It's stupid.
Times have I been back and forth between Canada and the Middle East? And can I, could we afford to do that? No, not really. So, but anyway, that's it. Yeah, yeah. Salah has a live scheduled. He would tell me about that. Yeah. I know it's not going to be easy moving on from each other. Or at least for me anyway, it's not easy, but um
Hold on a minute. I got to investigate that. Excuse me for a moment. Okay, sorry about that. I just saw a weird message in the chat saying Salah has a live scheduled on the 17th. So I'm like, huh? What? I went to go look and there's no live scheduled. Somebody was buddy trolling her or something. False alarm.
I recognize it has to happen. Feeder guys. I know. No. Do you guys remember Reginald, the doll? Did you sign papers when you got married? Because if you didn't, then you were. Yes, of course. Yeah. Yeah, I wanted to, No, he could never accept me without hijab. Nope. What are you doing for Christmas? Vlogmas? I don't know. Christmas stuff. Yay, Mike. How many inches is your screen? Kringle puss? That could uproot and live in Syria. Don't sell yourself short. Thanks, Luke. I know. Flower crown. Inflatable gentleman, good for the lymph system. Andre Marie, loyalty bees are sending. You're right. He wouldn't be. That's another realization. He wouldn't be happy here. Your new car is beautiful. Yeah. Teardrop, right? Yeah.
Maybe that's another reason why Chantal hasn't been dropping the tea on Salah. I have no doubt that they have stuff on each other. He's got tea on her, she's got tea on him. But I think another reason why she's not been dropping tea on Salah is because there's that hope of maybe we'll get back together at some point, and I don't want to completely burn the bridge.
Ceviche. Are you, Carrie? It's been a few days. Right. All-inclusive resort bees.
Okay, blah, 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 blah. Shut up. Moving on.
True, Tava. He was better at managing money. Yes. I missed that. Yeah. Before I left, he tried to give me some advice. Like, don't spend all your money on stupid shit.
Yeah, well, that didn't work, did it?
Take care of your health, all
That didn't work either.
kind of stuff.
Every time you leave Salah, Chantal, you show how irresponsible and out of control you are. When you went to Thailand, were you any more responsible? No. You were there for a month, and what did you do? You ate yourself stupid. You made yourself ill. You were pooping your pants, pooping all over the hotel room, giving yourself diarrhea. And here we are in Canada. Different location, same scenario. You're all alone. You're bored. You don't know what to do with yourself. You're letting all of your addictions and all of your bad habits just pile on top of you. And rather than look at that and say, I'm out of control, I need help, I'm in way over my head, I can't control myself, and seek out help to help you control yourself, your solution is what? to find some loser in the world that you can give your money to so that he can be responsible for you because you don't want to be responsible. This is the ultimate solution. Not a good solution.
Oh, thanks, Tasha. Really? That looks weird. Fits in the palm of your hand now? That's crazy.
It's so weird how you're a control freak and yet you're so out of control. How can you be a control freak and be so out of control all at the same doggone time?
Like, seriously. The phone drawings of FFG with impression. Oh, yeah. Heidi, yeah. Like, that's the thing. I have, like, with my mental illnesses, like, I don't want to involve anyone in that. No, we're not, Stuart.
But you have been involving people in what's wrong with you. You know, you're calling on Pete, you're calling on your family, you're coming online, you're talking about your mental illnesses. You're doing everything but seeking help. The one thing that could help you, you don't want it. You want to talk about it, you want to monetize it, you want to make a big deal of it, but you want the sickness to continue, obviously, because you're not doing anything to turn that around. You want sympathy for mental illness. You want understanding. You want compassion. You want a lot of things, but you don't want to treat the sickness. You don't want to find a solution. You don't want to find a way to manage it. And so it will continue.
Thank you, Drowsy.
And in my opinion, I think whatever mental or emotional or psychological illness that you suffer from, it's getting progressively worse. And I said this in my Tarot React, and I'll say it again. The Chantal that we're looking at today is not the same one that we saw 3 years ago. Her world is very delicate. It's so delicate. It is a world that she's created for herself of complete delusion and fantasy. Everything about her world and herself is fantasy. The way she talks about her life, the things that she describes, even her appearance. She can't look at herself on camera without filters. She can't face her real physical self, just as she can't face her real life. She wants to ignore it and make it seem like if I ignore it long enough, it'll go away. And all it would take for everything to crash down is if that fantasy world were completely gone. She might have some sort of a breakdown or a breakthrough, or just that moment when she's finally have to face herself after 10 years of avoiding herself. It might be too much for her, because the Foodie Beauty persona is something that she's been hiding in and she's been using to distract herself with for over a decade. YouTube gave her the power to escape herself. It became her escape room. But the joke's on her, because she thought that YouTube was an escape out of the prison that she built for herself. But all she did was just build an adjoining room that joined to the first room. So she really could never get out, although she had the key in her hand the entire time. Just face reality, face herself. Never wanted to do it. But then she had some stability. She had some security. She was making pretty decent money. She had the villa, security of home. She had the cats. She had Pete's. Things were not that bad. But she let it all go. And now where is she? No stability, no security. She's done a lot of things behind the scenes. And there's this feeling, there's this vibe of she knows she's done a lot of bad things. And she's essentially waiting for the other shoe to drop. She can feel it. Her women's intuition is going the F off. Like she can feel something is coming. And she doesn't know what is going to happen. She doesn't know where it's going to come from. It's on its way. And she's like, I don't know how to prepare. I don't know who's going to be responsible. I can't put up a shield. I can't build a fortress. What's going to happen is what's going to happen.
I'm just relaxed. Why does she have you blocked? Yeah, Beanie. Sewing machine, CB. Good night, potted meat. Hi, Naomi. Oh, some candles. No, I shouldn't spend money on that. Oh, you love because she's a scammer? Used to practice Hanukkah. This is a soy candle.
So Tay Beth says your life the way it is now in terms of content is fine to make you enough to live your life and no need to get yourself into any drama for views, etc. Just moderate with MJ to stay clear-headed. Let me address that comment. Let's talk about the first part. Your life the way it is now in terms of content is fine to make you enough to live your life. Stop. Tay Beth, if she were making enough to live her life as someone with a 100K channel, why is she grifting? Why is she going to you beezers and asking for money? Let me tell you something. I'm a small channel. Take a look. I'm not even at 6K yet. I don't make much money on my channel. I'm okay with what I make. I make less than $1,000 a month. So let's do the math. Chantal's over there with a 100K channel, okay? She's pulling $3,000, $4,000, maybe even $5,000 a month. She's making a lot more than I am. I'm not over her begging my subbies for money. Yet she's got a 100K channel, making $3-4 grand a month, maybe more. And she's over there begging every single month. And every time you turn around, there's a new scam. Money for a move, money for a bed, money for this, money for that. Apparently, according to Chantal, she's not making enough money. I don't see how that's possible that she's not making enough money. I mean, she's one person. It's not like she has a husband and kids to feed. $3,000-$4,000 a month should be plenty, right? No need to grift, but she's grifting. She's coming up with new creative ways to ask for money. Oh, I need a dishwasher. I need a scooter. I need an apartment. I need furniture. I need a bed. I need. Making $4,000 a month, maybe more. So I guess whatever she's making is not enough. And her content sucks. Next part of this. No need to get yourself into any drama for views. Just moderate with MJ to stay clear-headed. That last part, moderate with MJ. Chantal doesn't do anything in moderation. You hear me? She's a very extreme person. Everything she does extremely. She does ridiculous amounts of party favors. She's been back in Canada. Does this look like moderation to you? Her coming on camera and her speech is slowed down. She can barely talk. Over there stuffing her face, having B moments in front of y'all. Does that look like moderation? And if she's not doing things in moderation, that means she's not clear headed. So moderation does not apply here. Okay. And another thing, with all this grifting, you guys are paying for the party, not her.
Yeah, Taba. True. Thank you. You just ordered 20. Yeah, I know who Carrie is. Do I still talk to BB? No, I never talked to him hardly. Like, actually, never. It's been a long time.
BB was the smart one. He saw her level of crazy and trouble and he got the heck out of there. He's like, nope, I'm done. She messed that whole thing up. She had a good man, a loving man, and she messed that up hard. All she had to do with BB was just be a decent person, take care of herself, get a job, work, not cheat. She might have been able to hold on to him but she was already in a relationship with something else, with her addictions, with food. Did not want to give up the food, did not want to give up the thing that was hurting her. She made the choice to hold on to it rather than the man that cared for her. She lost a good man. Dropped that ball, didn't you, Chantal? Dropped it and kicked it down the football field. And you ain't getting it back. Karma came in and said, you don't need this man in your life because you're not worthy of him. You're not worthy of his love. He ain't the one for you. You ain't ready yet. You're not ready for a love like this. You're not going to value it. You're not going to appreciate it. You're not going to appreciate him. You got to go.
No.
And that is why after BB, fate said, let's send some scumbags in, to keep her company because water finds its own level. Like attracts like. You're a scumbag, you're a liar, you're a cheater, you're a scammer, then you should hang with your own kind. People who are just like you. All those people that you encountered, they were life lessons you should have learned, but you never did. Hence the reason why you kept repeating the lessons you still haven't learned.
I'm not sure. Two different Carries. Carrie Walls. Yeah, Miller. I hope it smells like pumpkin, this one. Pete's might not be moving in. We don't know. What did I get for $300? Oh my gosh. Oh, her bed is in there. That was, I think, like 40 or 60. I can't remember. It was expensive. It's like some kind of name brand, but I don't remember what it is. It's all they had. And then I got her dish and her food dish. It's like 2 pieces.
I don't believe any of this. All this talk about, I got her pet supplies. Then pick one up and show us one. Pick up a food bowl, pick up the pet bed, show it off to the camera, or else I don't believe you. Show off her toys, show off her pet food. Nothing? No? No, we're just gonna take your word for it? Well, I don't.
Pieces was 25 plus tax. Then her water dish was 15 plus tax.
You're making stuff up at this point.
Got her canned kitten food, Royal Cannon, bag of kitten food. churros, nail clippers, a brush, a cat carrier, toys. So kind of teeny, yeah. At night she roams around. Royal Canine is top notch. Yeah. Yeah, the food was like $40. Freezer on long enough.
Oh, you're eating it. I don't care.
I just got a TV today. I think that
Sorry, guys. We're getting past the part where she was chewing with her mouth open. I ain't got time for all that, and neither do y'all. I'm not here to gross you out. I'm here to do a reaction. So let's just get past the gross part, shall we?
looking at it. Oh, cool, Erica. Eating and sealing. I enjoy going live and doing content for you guys.
That's because it's easy and it's lazy. There's no editing, there's no preparation. She just comes on camera, she turns the camera on, she lets it run, she talks, and then she turns the camera off. It's effortless. Chantal even admitted more than once, she goes, she likes doing the food content because it's easy. She likes doing the lives because it's easy. It's not about quality content, it's about quantity. She wants that Google AdSense. And she knows that, she goes live for an hour or two and she can figure up in her head how much Google AdSense she's going to get. And that's all she needs.
I like
And what she doesn't get on YouTube, then she goes to you Beezers and says, hey, I got a new grift this week. Who's stupid enough to give me money?
making people laugh. I like beezing. I don't know if I can see better this or without it.
Let me ask you a serious question, Chantal. Do you think it's funny or entertaining to watch someone in their apartment so high they can barely speak, getting high on camera? That's supposed to be comedy of some kind, because I don't find it comedy. I'm not laughing about it.
Improv? Oh my god.
Like if you want to get high, for God's sake, wait until the camera's turned off to do it. Just save that for your personal time.
Gosh, I used to make bracelets too. The J-Bay thing. What's wrong with having the cat locked in the room?
Uh-oh. Attitude time. I'm sorry it took a while to get there, y'all. We got there. People are giving her attitude because she's revealed that the cat stays locked in the room, which I find so odd. When she had BBJ and Sam, they were never locked in a room. When she had Julia, Julia wasn't locked in a room. So why is she doing it to this kitten? What is going on with that? And I'll tell you what's wrong with locking a cat in a room, Chantal. It doesn't make any sense. It's not like there's another pet or a person in the house that you don't want the pet to have contact with. And if you're supposedly, allegedly staying in Canada, living there, Why wouldn't you want the cat to wander the apartment and get acquainted with it to where it felt like that's its territory and it could feel more comfortable? You're confining it to a room all by itself with no contact. How is that supposed to make the cat feel comfortable? Cats like to wander. They like to check out all of their space. They like to check out all of the smells and the sights so they can identify what is dangerous and what is not, what is part of home and what is not. Even cats that live in a house and have lived there for years, you shut a bathroom door, a bedroom door, they freak out a little bit. They're like, why am I being closed off from my territory?
I'm throwing away the key too. No, it's box spring mattress, but they're big, like, so the bed is still off the ground. So Costco, yeah, my whole damn house needs refurnished. Thanks, Taco Bell diarrhea. Oh, Cyber Monday. Why do I make bad jokes and give ammo? Because I don't care. I don't care if I offend someone. Blah, 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 blah. Blah, 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 blah. Blah, 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 blah. That's an impression of you, Maya. I wish you would be MIA. Scoot, no. You need
So Tina Swanson says, but why is the little kitten locked away? I've never heard of that. Neither have I.
a good bed if you're gonna bed rot. You've never heard of a kitten being locked away? Now you're being negative and you're labeling it as something it's not. Instead of okay, this is the reality. You say, this is how the hater mindset is. You say the cat's locked away in a room by itself. When in reality, the cat is petrified and needs to get used to the environment, which it's recommended at that point to let them hide in one spot, keep all their things there, and keep them safe in like that confined area until they can roam around and stuff. That is why. Like, when I go to bed, I open the doors. When I'm live, I close them. That's why it's closed. She's not locked in anywhere.
But why do you have the door closed? I mean, we're not talking about a 100+ pound bull mastiff dog that's roaming around. We're talking about a kitten. Like, why is the kitten locked away in a room while you're live streaming? What damage can a kitten do to anything in that apartment if it's just a kitten to the point where it needs to be locked away?
So yeah, that's what's going on, man. Anyways. Hey, Barb. Yeah, Breeze, the mattress I bought was super cheap, under $100. Or maybe $100. It's a twin size.
Didn't she tell us that she was getting a queen size bed? Now suddenly it's changed to a twin. I'm sorry, not to be rude, but I don't think Chantal could be comfortable on a twin size bed. I mean, no, no, she would need a queen just to be comfortable. What's a twin going to do for her? She'd be hanging off that twin bed.
And it's only like this thick. But it's like super comfortable. Like I don't feel like I'm on the floor at all. Yeah. Your cat is fine. Yeah, I'm telling you at this point they just make themselves mad. So let them do it. Oh no, 5% on my phone. Okay, you know what? Can I turn off the camera like old times and go in my room? You guys mind? That's a good idea because then I can go in my room. I'm gonna turn that light off. You should absolutely check your email. Something happened. What happened? Did you send me an email?
What's all that sniffing sound, Chantal? Y'all catch that? We're going to back it up a little bit. And I got the volume all the way up for Miss Mama. She thinks she's being slick by turning the camera off. Go ahead, Chantal. I got the volume all the way up, girl.
Yeah, Breeze, the mattress I bought.
Yeah, who cares? Next. Sounds like she's cutting something up, too. Putting something away.
Oh. What happened? Oh, I'm not clicking links. Okay. What am I gonna wear to bed? Hi, baby. Hi, baby. I don't have any emails. I'm putting my stuff. Hi, baby.
You know what? That sound, I kind of identified that sound. The cat is in the carrier. Shut up in the carrier.
I'm just moving in. You guys need time to like make a
And she's feeding the cat a treat, not food.
whole new routine for my life. You know what I mean? Like, I need some time here to adjust to my environment. What are you doing, pretty? I need my closet.
More sniffing.
I still need some whatchamacallits there. So all the doors are open where I keep the bathroom. I keep the bathroom doors closed.
And that's another tell. Whenever she did the party powder, she would be blowing her nose right after. And After she's done with that, she starts raging, which she's about to do.
Because she'll hide behind the toilet, which I don't like. So, hi guys. Whoa. All right, I'm back. Hey, Carney. You didn't, Pumpy? Swag. No matter how many of you fucking suck.
So we went from completely calm, everything's kosher, to going in her room. You hear the sniffing sounds, her blowing her nose, and within minutes, the switch gets flipped.
Hey, Carney.
Like out comes the natitude.
You didn't, Pumpy? Swag. What are people saying? That's crazy. People are legit, like, what's a good word? Hey, Lauren. Stardust, right? So what do you people have no fucking brain. You complain that you want me to take, you're concerned that the cat won't get taken to the vet, but then you email vets my picture with the cat, like what, to try to deny a service to get the cat taken away? It doesn't matter how many of you fucking slimeball cockroaches email veterinary clinics, go right the fuck ahead. All you're doing is wasting your time because they're not going to deny me service based on you being butthurt about fucking Cuba rage. Okay?
And she's back. That's the Chantal we know and love right there. We know her. We were introduced to her ages ago. This is the one that we remember.
So get a life. Like, which one is it? You're gonna, because your hate hard on boner is so big, you're gonna deny the kitten, like try to get the kitten what? I don't understand what your goal is.
Uh, just a word. Chantal was never going to take the kitten to the vet. Are you kidding me? She's over there begging for money for everything. But notice one of the things she's not really asking for. She's asking money for a dishwasher. She's asking money for a sack stall. She's asking money for a scooter. She's asking money for food. She's asking money for rent. Nothing for the kitten, though. Look, she doesn't do pet care. She never has.
It's not my fault that you made up a scenario in your head where I'm going to do something to hurt the friggin' kitten. Like,
Chantal, people begged you to take BBJ to the vet. You kept saying, she's fine, she's fine, she's fine. She wasn't fine. She had a myriad of problems, and a lot of them were your fault because you neglected her. Ingrown nails, twice, rotten teeth, dirty infected ears, a UTI so bad she was peeing blood, mats in her fur so bad that it took several visits to get all the mats out. Poor thing was suffering, all because of you. So we're just all delusional when there was paperwork to prove how badly she'd been neglected, and there still is paperwork. We're all crazy, right? We're the nuts over here.
Any little thing. Seriously, this stalking at this point. It is stalking, but they are psychotic. Literally.
No, 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 no. You are. You're the nutsy one because only you would insist on exploiting animals and children for the sake of money, for the sake of feeding your addictions and your habits. Only you would take it that far. That you would get to a point with your addictions and with your habits that you're like, I don't care what I have to exploit. I don't care what I have to sell. I don't care what I have to do. These addictions, these habits have to get fed. I don't care if it's immoral. I don't care if it's evil. I don't care if it's wrong. I'm just going to do it because I need these things to satisfy these cravings, these urgings, these impulsiveness. You've gone too far. And you get angry when people try to stop you from doing wrong. And you're at the point that your well of shame and evil has no bottom. No bottom.
I don't have a good history with cats.
Nope, you sure don't.
One, you're blocked, but two, again, scenarios you made up in your small pea brain. But whatever. Like, what's their end game? Right? Do you think it's legally possible for them to deny giving a kitten service just because a bunch of you idiots flock like friggin' flies on shit to try and do your worst, whatever the hell you're fucking doing? Like, right. So is the goal for me to go to the vet or not? Like, I don't get it.
You weren't going to take the cat to the vet anyway.
Lizard brain. Again.
According to Chantal, the kitten is already 4 months old. Female cats start going into heat between 5 months and 9 months. So if the kitten were to go into heat a month from now, that means she'd be in heat. And some idiot in the chat was saying, you should get one of her litter mates, get a boy. Well, then Chantal would have a litter of kittens and 2 cats on her hands, and that would be 10 times worse. She wasn't going to take the cat to the vet. No, not happening.
Can't take her away based on, right. And anyway, I'm gonna be taking her out. I'm gonna be taking her to another town.
That was weird. What do you mean you're taking her to another town? What do you mean by that?
Don't worry. Where did I put my drink? Oh. What? Really? Like, why are they gonna give a shit? The secretary is gonna give a shit that I like what I did on YouTube. Like, all this started with that bitch FFG and using BBJ for money, pretty much. Thank you, Teardrop. Take some legal action against these people, seriously. That's 110% defamation. The cat abuser shit. And I know who started that.
It's not defamation and it's not slander if it can be proved, and it can be proved because there's paperwork, there's documentation, vet records.
And it still goes on to this day. Because why is it defamation? Because animal control was sent to my place 4 times.
Are we going to go over this again? Do we really have to? Yes, animal control came to your house several times. And there were many times that you and Pete didn't answer the door. But in the times that they did enter your dwelling, animal control are not professional veterinarians. They can't administer blood tests. They can't do a lot of tests. All they can do is do a walkthrough and see the conditions in which the pets are living, but they can't do any kind of medical tests. Therefore, they won't know if there's a serious problem or if the pet is in need of medical care or in serious distress. There was also an occasion where animal control came into your house with Pete's and said, "You guys need to clean this place up now." And they gave you time to fix it. Must have been pretty bad for them to say something like that.
Nobody knows what happened to BBJ. Nobody fucking cares. That's proof right there. They just use that to try to get to me.
And apparently it is still getting to you because you still keep bringing it up. It still bothers you. It really bothers you, doesn't it, Chantal? You know what you did. You know how horrible and neglectful you were to BBJ and Sam, but especially BBJ. Poor little BBJ, she suffered. For what? You have a serious hatred for anything that happens to be female. You were so awful to her. So incredibly awful. And you still can't get over how you tried to hide the worst of your evils. You thought that by nearly starving her to death, you could take her to the vet would put her down, and all of your evils would be concealed. Well, the truth eventually comes to light, doesn't it? And it did. In the worst way possible for you. And you suffered one of the biggest, most severe narc injuries you've ever known in your life. The exposure, the humiliation, the embarrassment was almost too much for you to take. You had a complete meltdown because you thought you got away with it and you didn't. You really, really didn't. And even to this day, people still talk about what you did, and that really bothers you, that you can't just hurt another innocent living thing and get away with it.
But you know that I'm a bitch that doesn't stay bothered.
Obviously, you're the most bothered, unbothered person I know.
Ugh. No. Does anyone still care about Bruce? Anyone? Tumbleweed goes by. Yep. Okay.
Chantal, to be fair, Paws took Bruce. The organization is in the Middle East. What are we supposed to do? Fly our eyeballs over to the Middle East to find out where the kitten is at? We've seen the updates on Instagram. He looks like Bruce is in good hands.
Cat tree? Not right now. But I will, yeah. Right, Kara? Top psycho behavior. I know. Yeah. Mm. She's banked off of me for years. Wouldn't it be like poetic justice if I did go take her to court and sued her for every penny of that fucking money she made off me?
Oh boy. Listen to you talk all tough. Wouldn't it be poetic justice if I took her to court and I sued the pants off of her? I'd like to see you try. You're over there grifting for money, for a dishwasher, for stuff for your house, for expenses. You're over there smoking and snorting all your money away. Like you're going to go up to a lawyer and pay the expensive fee for a lawyer and sue FFG. You really think you're going to be successful that way? You ain't got FFG money. You got Beezer money, and the Beezer money is quickly running out. And I'm sure that FFG would bring those vet records to the court and show what was up. You'd lose in a heartbeat, Chantal. So stop talking all kinds of tough. You're too lazy to go to court, and you ain't got the money for it. You're broke as a joke. You're so broke, you're begging money from people. 100K channel. You're so desperate to hold on to your throne that you're even lying about how successful you are. You bought 2,000 subs in the past 30 days. You just bought another 1,000 subs recently. Your success is a lie. Your happy life is a lie. Everything is a lie. You're hiding your failures with the appearance of success. But all that's going to come crumbling down real freaking soon. And everybody's going to see past the veil to what's behind it. And it's not going to be pretty.
Being a big, fat, ugly, frog necked bully. Yeah. The Rolls Royce guy adopted Bruce. The email was to an Ontario and Quebec clinic. I don't see any emails, dude. Imagine. I'll get as many cats as I want. And there's nothing you can fucking do about it. So. Make it members only. It would be so much more peaceful, I think. But I do like a lot of you guys who don't have memberships, but anyway, whatever. I'm just saying. I'm just bantering. I don't really give a shit right now. I vote for 10 cats. Right, teardrop? I'm gonna do that. No,
I'm not going to get 10 cats. Shut up.
I'm not gonna get pets just to spite people, but it would be fucking
No, you won't get pets to spite people. You'll get pets to profit off of. And the spite is just a side bonus, right, Chantal?
funny. It would be. They threw up an ad. Nice.
And I'm gonna this live is almost over. And I'm gonna say here what I said in my tarot live, just in case Chantal missed it. Chantal, you have a history of provoking people. You're a provoker. You like to provoke people. You like to poke at them. You like to provoke them and kick the hornet's nest for fun and then run away and see how many hornets will actually sting you. But there is a fine line between provocation and severe rage baiting. You've been rage baiting like crazy for the longest because you're expecting that if you do the severe rage baiting, that means you're going to be financially rewarded. Because back in the day, you used to make a lot of money off of rage super chats, didn't you? I remember, I was there. You used to make hundreds of dollars a night in rage super chats. You would just do something in a video or say something, a community post, and then go live and then wait for that money to roll in. People would get so red-eyed mad at you that they weren't even thinking straight, and they would just send those hate super chats, and you made so much money that way. You took everybody's anger and you turned it inside out and you turned it into profit. But what you're failing to realize is if you rage bait too much, too often, it leads to rage fatigue. If you build up the rage to such a level that it's hit the ceiling and it has nowhere else to go, then it evolves into something else. And do you know what that something else is? Indifference. People become desensitized. They just stop feeling intense anger. They stop giving a crap. They feel so much anger, they can't feel it anymore. They go numb. We're tired of being rage baited. We're tired of you using rage, just going to the severe degree with it. It's getting old. It's a tactic you just won't let go of. You've worn the community out. You came back to Canada, started eating on camera. You got the cat. You know why you got the cat, to make money off your beezers, but you were looking for a bigger reaction from Girl World. You really wanted everyone to go over the top with their anger. But as I've said to you months ago, I said to you that lightning only strikes once. It never strikes twice in the same spot. You made a lot of money in Kraken Olympics because everything was fresh. It was new. We weren't desensitized to it. Trying to use the same tactics a second time, a third time, a fourth time, it's not going to hit the same. It's not going to have the same impact. We are desensitized to a lot of things you've said and a lot of things you've done. So you're not going to get the same powerful reaction. We see what you're doing. We know that you're rage baiting. We know that you're exploiting a cat to get us angry because you want those hate super chats. You want that hate money, and you're not going to get it. You're just not going to get it. Sorry. Not sorry. So you want some outrage? You got to do something new. Something not involving children or kittens or puppies or animals. Got to leave that stuff alone. You can't recreate Crackhead Olympics. It was lightning in a bottle for you, and it only happened once. And even if you brought back all the original cast members in the exact order they came in and did and said all the same things, it's not going to hit the same. You're not going to make the money you used to. That's a truth you just have to accept.
Nice. I'll get a membership to stay chatting. Nice, Luke. Thank you. So, comedic timing. So, you know what? Go ahead, contact all the vets. Yeah, Monica, I am for sure. But don't fucking bitch that if you do that, you call every clinic and for some reason in your brain that they're going to just not serve us. Don't complain that she doesn't get vet care then. That's your fault for calling the clinics and being stupid AF for whatever reason. Get an even baker's dozen of cats. I wish, man. I'm not showing any of my house. You don't understand. You think I'm being paranoid? Go look on Kiwi Farms. People are drawing diagrams, trying to blueprint my fucking place so they could figure out where I live. That's what the kind of shit you have to deal with. Yeah, door handle went. They literally took a deep dive on with the thermostat on my wall. And then they go on, blah blah fucking blah about how gross and stupid and fat I am and how miserable my life is. That's karma for my life. Hey, as they sit on a forum that has 10,000 pages making fun of a fat fucking person online.
She just told on herself. So she goes on the farms and she reads the stuff about her. But she's so busy, guys. She doesn't like the haters. But let's go to where some haters are and read what they have to say about me. Does that even make sense? If you don't like a bunch of people, if you don't like what they have to say about you, why are you going where they're saying stuff about you? You actively seek them out.
Making blueprints like, okay, I'm pretty sure I'd rather be me than be doing that shit with my spare time for fucking free. Wouldn't you? They would harass who owns the place exactly. Foodie Beauty doesn't deserve a place to live because 5 years ago she had a messy apartment.
That's an understatement. That house was a biohazard, and I'm not even joking. Messy is such an understatement. It's so underplayed. Messy, messy, you can clean in an hour. That's how I define messy. When you have a house and you can clean it up in like an hour or two, that's messy. Nah. The place that she had, it was beyond messy. It was filthy. It was disgusting. Garbage everywhere you looked. Boxes piled from ceiling to floor in every room. Moldy pots, fruit flies, mummified food, bags of garbage stacked on her balcony that sat there for months, rotted food in the fridge. I'm sure that once her and Pete's moved out of that place, they had to strip that place literally down to the floorboards because the poor cats were peeing and pooping on the carpet because the litter boxes were dirty. And of course, cat urine soaks through the carpet into the padding. You got to get all of it up. The clogged up drains in the bathroom because they flushed litter down the toilet. I'm sure it was quite the mess. Broken tile in the kitchen. $5,000 in damages, y'all. That is way more than messy.
Like these people like seriously need to have their mouths stapled and their fingers friggin' cut off or something from using the internet. Like they're insane.
That's violent. We're having violent thoughts over there, Foodie.
Yeah, I know, Jen. Keep it on the down low, Chantal. You beautiful people that spend hours obsessing. Thank you. Yeah, Angela, right? Yeah, things did happen at the villa. They harassed the management there. I wonder how they have time to do these things. Right, and that's the irony of it. Like I'm the one. They draw diagrams of your body. Yeah, if that's how they want to waste their fucking life, we do go for it. Whatever. It's ironic that they think they're so smart, but they don't see that the irony of that. I know, right, Tiny Shamrocks? Nope. So that's what that the long story of why I'm not showing anyone my house. They harass the villa management.
You know, there's another reason why you're not showing your house, Chantal, because you're over there grifting money from people saying, I need this and I need that. Well, even if people gave you money for this and that, what proof do they have that you actually spent money on said item or items? I bet dimes to donuts that your place is bare walls. And maybe you've got just a mattress on the floor and you're going to keep it like that. You're not going to spend a bunch of money on furniture and, you know, make the place look nice. I don't think you have any intention to stay where you are. I think you're going to get the bare minimum of what you need and keep it like that, and then pocket the rest of the money. But in the meantime, you're going to tell your beezers, yeah, I got this and I got that, but show proof or it doesn't exist.
They sent shit to our house all the time.
Excuse me? What? Oh, no, she didn't. She did not just say that. Oh, I am so glad. I've been reacting to you for years and know some of the lore. Oh, no, you didn't. But I'm now that you did, now I can do. Ma'am, did you forget about the part where you were living at the villa and you were so comfortable with people knowing that you lived there that you gave your beezers your address so they could send stuff to your house? You had care packages sent to your house from your beezers. They were sending you all kinds of things. Remember the Lakma fairy? Somebody sending you a bunch of freaking Lakmas, which you did not need. People sending you clothes and all kinds of stupid stuff. So, what do you mean we were sending you stuff? You were so greedy and stupid. You were having your feeties send you stuff, buy you stuff constantly.
Um, just stupid shit like that. They're so mad about you, but watch hours watching you. Yep. Oh, thanks. Well, to love you. Yeah, so that's why I can't show my room, but I mean, I could actually probably show you just like some. I could go live from my bed, but like just show the, not show the window. Yeah, yeah. Sleep can. No risks. Yep. Some loser gets on the phone and calls the cops and says shit like, yeah, there's somebody at this address. I'm really concerned that they're killing themselves. Like, what in your fucking brain, like, compelled you to waste emergency services to try to one up someone.
Wow. She went there. Oh my God. She actually went there. Boy, you are a one sided conversation kind of person, aren't you? But I'm so glad I'm here to give the other side. Over here yelling at us and pointing a finger at us, and how dare they say something to somebody and they're wasting emergency services. Ma'am, what about Crackhead Olympics? When you were mad at Natter and you called the cops on him, wouldn't that be considered wasting emergency services? You called the cops on Natter just because you were mad and jealous. You were involving the cops in with your jealousy and insecurity and your anger when you shouldn't have. Wasting their time. Get it together. When you point a finger at people, three more point back at you.
Oh, yeah. So whenever you come here and you hear Foodie Beauty is a piece of shit, remember these stories, okay? Because I don't do that shit. I don't have a fucking hate channel. I make a
Uh, she doesn't have a hate channel. What is this? What is this? She hates the. She's got a hate channel, and here's an interesting thought. She says she hates the reaction channels, but yet she's very reactionary. Doesn't she react to other people? Doesn't she come online and put her opinions and her feelings about certain people on her channel? Wouldn't that be considered a reaction? Is she not going on the kiwi farms and seeking out opinions and feelings of others, which in turn make her angry, which in turn she then voices her feelings about said people on her channel and turns it into content? Before you criticize people or a person, you better make sure you're not doing the same thing you're criticizing them of.
comedic video once in a while about a hater or a reaction channel.
Comedic, what comedic video?
I like defend myself. I never go proactively seek conflict with any of these people.
You're full of shit. You are completely full of poop. Girl, you better take an X-Lax. You're constipated because you're so full of it. What do you mean? Chantal, I react to you. And when I react to you, I include the chat portion of your lives on purpose because I like to react to the comments, but also to show that the reaction channels, not a single one of them are all up in there bothering you. The reaction channels do not flood your chat and bombard you. We watch your lives, we react to your lives, but we leave you alone in your own backyard. You, on the other hand, you make a point to come into our backyards while we're having a barbecue and make yourself a part of it. You get into people's comments. You're a coward, though, and you use sock accounts. Hello, Sarah Lee. You come onto my channel, bitch, with your little sock, leaving nasty comments. Did I invite you over here? Did I send you an invitation and say I summon you to my channel? No. You invited yourself over here when you didn't have to be here. You know I'm a reaction channel. Same with the other reaction channels. We don't want you on our channels. You just decide to walk up in there and make yourself known. Don't you? When if you don't like it, you don't have to look. If you don't want to hear it, then don't listen to it. But you listen and you do look and you make yourself mad because you like to be mad. You're an angry person and you're looking for anything to talk about to make it content. And not only do you go to reaction channels to see what they're saying about you, see what the theories might be, what the thoughts are, see how many lies you got caught up in, you're also a bit of a thief. You go to the reaction channels and borrow their intro music. You're a borrower. You can even come up with any creative ideas for yourself. So don't tell me you don't watch us. You know you do.
You know, like I don't fucking look up their address, the thermometers on their wall to try to figure out. I don't do any of that shit, man.
Are you kidding me? You've doxed people. And you've had people in your camp dox people. Yes, you did. And yes, you have.
Ah, Casey.
You are a spiteful, evil, hateful woman that when you were mad at Natter and Dee Dee, what did you do? You even doxed Dee Dee's mother's nursing home. And that woman did nothing to you. An elderly woman who has nothing to do with the drama with you and Dee Dee and Natter, just to be hurtful, just to be vengeful, just to punish them both. You decided to go after her, and she ain't got nothing to do with nothing. Likewise, perfectly imperfect. Can we talk about that? Going after her job, going after her family, going after her kids. For what? Because she had an opinion about you? You didn't like her? So let's just try to ruin her job and contact her family and cause all kinds of problems. Don't act like you don't do any wrong. You do. And any given opportunity, you use other people's hands to do your dirty work, just like you did with Natter, filing 140 privacy complaints. That wasn't him, that was you. You went through him because you are concerned about your channel and your income, and you didn't want to risk your channel nor your income. So you basically tapped him on the shoulder and said, "Do this for me and I'll give you some money." And so he did. And so he did. You don't like the reactors? So every now and again, you get a wild hair up your butt and you want to punish us. So you'll go to other people and say, "Do this for me." And they do. And if they take damage, you don't feel the pain. In chess, you let the pawns go first. And if they get knocked off the chessboard, they take damage, you're not feeling it. You're safe all the way at the back of the chessboard. That's how you play the game. Let the pawns go first. The beaters want to do things for me, let them do it. Anybody else wants to do something for me, let them do it. They take damage, they get flack, not my problem.
Yeah, they talk shit about supporters and mods, and none of you have done anything to them. Yeah.
Chantal, how many people have you talked about in Girl World that were viewers? How many? Describing them, their looks, their age, all that. How many? A lot.
Yeah. It's just weird. Humanity's insane. When you really think about it, you know? I know, right? I know, right, Jen? They try to get you. They want to get you like evicted and homeless and like to the point like where your life is so low. Like imagine being that kind of person. How fucking evil and soulless you have to be. They harass people to death. That's all they do. Right. That's exactly what they do. And then they go on like the farms and they celebrate that person being gone and continue to make fun of them. Like they're fucking nut jobs. Yeah, they sit and obsess over the same person all day. About like in the weirdest ways also. Like I said, the diagrams, so weird. And all of it just cuz like I talk shit sometimes,
Sometimes
you know? Like the case with Marty. I had an opinion on him once, and then the guy goes like spirals and goes real life, and like people find that funny.
you were going after Marty.
Like to harass my family.
You were going after Marty. Chantal.
That's like fucking like insane. But anyway, I'm charging my vape. So is this new bed cozy? Yes. King Cobra was harassed all the time. Yeah, Granny. The Farms is the lamest shit ever. I pictured all those people like Bart's deformed twin in the attic in the old Halloween episode of eating the fiction buckets. When are you cooking stream? Never. How accessible? Yeah, people showed up. Yeah. Thank you, Shelly.
Oh, wait a minute. Somebody asked, when are you cooking stream, Chantal? She said never. Okay, so if you're not cooking, I guess that means you don't need dishes. And if you don't need dishes, that means you don't need a dishwasher. Wah, wah. Can't grit for a dishwasher now.
Yep, you just gotta ignore. Try to. It's all you can do. I know, Laura. I'm laying in bed. Sweetheart. Hire a big security guard. The people show. I have to name the cat. Yeah, I know. Snickerdoodle? No. He's gonna be your security guard. What did she say, Scrape? The groceries in Kuwait? No. I didn't really like that grocery store actually. Compared to friggin' grocery store like Farm Boy or something.
Okay, she's getting all kinds of slurry. I don't like when she's slurry. I think we're done with the slurry. I think this react has gone on long enough, don't you? I think we got enough here. We got the meat and potatoes on the plate. There's no need to scrape the plate at this point. So, how about we just end it here? I think it's a good idea. Yeah. So, we're done. Hope you guys enjoyed this react. If you have, please like and subscribe and leave a comment. Thank you very much for being here, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Until then, take care of yourselves and each other. Bye.